Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Jumping into the studio this morning to do a live Q&A on service accommodation, not just service accommodation, but property entrepreneurship mindset. We will see what comes up. The team have got some pre-submitted questions, guys. I'm going to jump straight into it this morning. So let's see what questions we have. A quick glance. First one here, what is the difference between Pillow Partners and Powered by Pillow? This is a great question. So there's three sides to the business, to the group. Number one is our residential letting and estate agency. It is HomeSure, wasn't mentioned here, but we started that 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago now. So business number one, department number one is HomeSure, residential letting agency. Pillow Partners, number two, we launched that in 2016, so 10 years old. And that business focuses on serviced accommodation management. So first one, residential management. Second one, short-term rental property management. And Powered by Pillow is what we're doing in the third decade. It is different from Pillow Partners. Pillow Partners does property management. Powered by Pillow facilitates other property managers. So think of Pillow Partners as a pure property management company. We look after other people's properties. And Powered by Pillow, more of a technology company that looks after property managers. Does some training for them guys as well. So hopefully that makes sense. One's property management, one is like technology. So nice and simple, but we segment what we do to focus on the target customer. One is landlords, buy-to-let with HomeSure. The other one is hosts and property managers with Pillow, and Powered by Pillow is other property management companies and property managers who want to run their own business or build their own portfolio, their own rent-to-rent portfolio. So that's the difference there. Thank you for that question. The next question, can I transfer my buy-to-let properties into a limited company without triggering capital gains tax? Short answer to this is yes. The real answer is, guys, go and take advice. Never take advice off MD from Facebook. I see this question a lot. People giving very wrong answers on this. And so yes, you can, but there's lots of criteria around this being a property business. Lots of things you need to get right for this. So don't take the answer yes and go and do it. Please seek professional advice. If anyone is watching this that gives that advice, comment, promote your services here, guys, under this thread, under this comment. I want people to get this right because I see people going to do it and they're going to get stuck with stamp duty, land tax, additional dwelling supplement tax, capital gains tax, all of these things. So the answer is yes, but guys, it needs to only under certain criteria, which most people don't meet. So never take advice off Facebook for this. Take advice off someone, some professional that has professional indemnity insurance, that if it has been set up wrong and HMRC want to claim money back, you can claim in someone's PI insurance. Never take advice of important stuff like this of people like me on Facebook. So hopefully that makes sense. Is a hot tub still a good investment for my holiday home? We get this every few weeks. So is it still a good investment? Well, a few things to consider. Number one, is it going to get you more bookings in the future? Is it going to pay for itself? So when we look at the investment for this, the initial investment, do you have the money to do this? Secondly, the ongoing time and financial investment. Is it going to make you more money above and beyond the cost? So you need to go and do a very quick spreadsheet here to see how much this is going to cost or finance, how much it's going to cost to maintain, and have an estimate on how much more business this is going to get you. So nice simple spreadsheet for this. You can determine whether that is worth the investment or not. Secondly, you need to have people to maintain this. You need to do it, or you need a company to do it in your area. So make sure the resources to keep that hot tub legal and fresh are there. And thirdly, have a little look at your competitors. See what they are doing. Can you squeeze extra bookings or extra nightly rate out of this? Is there a difference clearly in your area? Is everyone doing hot tubs and you're not? Well, you can perhaps charge a lower price. Is no one doing hot tubs and you can charge a higher price? So guys, go and do some market analysis, work the figures on this. Again, there is no simple answer of yes or no. It depends on your property, your competitors, and how much extra margin you're going to get out of that, and will it get you more bookings moving forward. Lovely rattling through these today. Next question. Which is the best area to invest in serviced accommodation? I get asked this a lot in person. It's always great to answer it online. So it really depends what you're looking for. What's your budget? Are you going to be self-managing? Are you going to be using a managing agent? And is this a property you're going to be using yourself? I.e., do you want to go to the beautiful Lake District or the coast like Whitby and Filey to use this yourself? If it's a pure investment, you can invest anywhere. We have property managers scattered all over the UK. If you ask Becky and Matt, they would say Devon or Cornwall. If you ask the other team, they're all going to say their specific areas. So it depends on your target market. Is it going to be classic holiday homes? Is it going to be contractors? Is it going to be high-end corporate guests? So it depends on your target market, depends on your budget, depends whether you want to use it or not. But I'm going to answer it slightly differently. What is the best segment to invest in? And for me, this is a nice, simple one. You want to invest in apartment blocks or apart hotels, more than 6 in the one block. I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow night, about future-proofing your business. I think clustering in one place, different planning regulations and different stuff regards legislation in Scotland and England. So having a block of apartments, if you can do it, or joint venture with other people, I think is the best investment you can make rather than different ones scattered about. Very short answer, but guys, it all depends on you. Next question. I see lots of people moaning about low bookings on the Facebook support groups for holiday lettings. Is it still worth getting into? I left most of these. It's mostly hosts moaning about guests not doing specific stuff, following out all the instructions and the crazy rules. There is a complacency and an arrogance in some of these forums where holiday homeowners that have been in it for quite a long while seem to think that guests are their skivvies. The market has changed and guests I'm just not going to put up with this. They're going to give you bad reviews. We need to evolve with the times. Is it still worth it? Absolutely, 100%. It's still worth getting into. I started off in short-term rentals, I think 2002. Things have changed over the last 2 decades. Airbnb didn't exist then. Things will change again over the next 2 decades. So you will see lots of negativity from people in the industry a very long time. And this is how I want to answer the question. So those experienced in the industry saying, I'm getting out, I see that a long time. But those guys haven't evolved. Likewise, new people into the industry, new entrants that jump in and try and compete with super hosts, people that have 100 5-star reviews, have been doing it for 10 years, have constant repeat bookings. Somebody's maybe done a 2-day course or watched a webinar and think they're going to launch a property and just churn off $2,000 a month profit. That's unrealistic as well. So there are lots of people failing in this. There are lots of people succeeding. They're probably just not shouting about it. They're going about their business. And the answer to the question, is it still worth getting into? Yes, but you will see people on the forums being negative. You'll also see people on the forums being super positive and over positive because they're selling you courses and other stuff. So you need to take everything you see online with a pinch of salt, apart from my answers, of course, because they're all gospel. It is definitely worth getting into. We manage hundreds and hundreds of successful properties for people. So it is, but guys, just don't get caught up in all the noise. Do what's right for you. Find your strategy, find your edge, be different from your competitors, offer an amazing level of service, do it right, and you will be much more chance of successful than people that are complacent, not changing with the times, or just jumping in and just thinking they're going to make money, hands off. Next question. What are your thoughts on those offering education in the service accommodation industry? Should I stay away or is it worth doing? Mixed reports. So quite funny reading all the threads about this. Some people just detest it, would never pay for property education. Some people are course junkies and go on absolutely everything. And I probably fall somewhere in between on that. Having started this in I've been a landlord since I was 17 in 1998, had started working in this industry in 2002 and set up my own management company in 2006. So I've been here a long time, 20 plus years, and I've seen people starting off in education with 6 months experience under their belt. So there's some people, at this side, some massive con artists Then there's people just trying and making a hustle and thinking, oh, I've had some success with a couple of Airbnbs or a couple of rent-to-rents. I'm now going to offer training, coaching, mentoring. There's some people in the middle that are absolutely amazing at it and are good and are in the weeds, are in the operational stuff and can add value. And then there's super experts at this end, people who have been there and done it massively. So I have paid for property education. I have paid for business education, mentoring, mindset stuff. I'm currently doing that with 2 mentors at the moment. One of my mentors has made hundreds of millions of pounds in property. So are they going to teach me stuff? Yes. They probably don't know as much about service accommodation as me, but in every single other field, like wealth creation, setting up company, everything, they're much, much more experienced than me. I happen to know more about service accommodation than them, but they know more about everything else and they're further on in life than me. So there are many people out there. I'll jokingly say there's more coaches in National Express. There's 75% you should stay away from. 20% are good and worth the money, and 5% there that are absolutely amazing. Find out who's right for you. It doesn't just need to be property. It could be accountability and goal setting. But there are a lot of people that I see that shouldn't be doing it. But likewise, a lot of people I see that are amazing at it, and I would rate, and I would pay to go in their stuff as well, even in the service accommodation industry, because you always learn something. I would stay away from the never do any education and never do anything, and it's all a waste of time and you can learn it all online. That's probably stupid. If you could advance further, faster, quicker, make fewer mistakes, make more money in a shorter period of time to pay somebody a little bit of coaching or mentoring or do a course, it's definitely worth it. But I'd say most people that have paid for money have paid money to people that wasn't worth it at some point in their timeline. So do your due diligence, ask for recommendations, and find the right person for you at the right stage. Lovely. Next question. Which franchise areas do you still have remaining in the UK? Probably easier to, don't think you'll think this is a pre-submitted one from somewhere else. Half of them are gone, so I think half of the regions, if we looked at the map, are shaded as gone. Guys, email us over at partners@pillowpartners.co.uk and let me know which area you are in. So we've got lots of old franchisees, we've got lots of new licensees, so more than half the map is gone. Let me know your area, partners@pillowpartners.co.uk, and the team will see what area you're in and see if that is available, and we'll give you all the information over. Anybody else watching, guys, that wants to partner with us to set up their own property management business, be in partnership and business partners with me and Pillow, email us at partners@pillowpartners.co.uk. I will change that to something more catchy. Partners@pillowpartners.co.uk. Guys, I'm going to check if you have any questions. Please fire them in because I've rattled through these and I've got another 8 minutes left. So I've got time for one more live question. If I wanted to use your management services, what do I do or who do I contact? Nice and simple, hosts@pillowpartners.co.uk. We have host liaison managers. We will link you with your nearest one. They will just take your details. You get a little free consultation with the guys, 20-minute phone call. They'll find out about you and your property, and then we will put you to your local property manager. So we'll find out all your details. We'll give you all the information at a higher level. So services, costs, is the time right for you? Do you need full management or partnership service? What level do you need? What are the costs associated with that? Give you all the high level details. Then we pass you to your local property manager. Every person that uses our management services, Pillow Partners, has their own local property manager. And those guys know a lot more than me about your local area. They know when to put rates up, when to drop rates, transport, restaurant recommendations, events, all of these things. So we match it and email over hosts@pillowpartners.co.uk. Step 2, host liaison manager will arrange a call with you, get your details, then we'll pass you on to your local property manager who will personalise that advice based around your property. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Let's have a little look at any other questions coming in. Normally the team load these in for me now. Let me see. Good. Right, that's a nice quick one for me this week, guys. If you haven't got your question answered, you're watching this on a replay somewhere, just email us over hosts@pillowpartners.co.uk and I will answer your questions. I'm going to be back to doing these live every single week. So just email us over hosts@pillowpartners.co.uk with your questions about service accommodation, property, mindset, buy-to-let, business, entrepreneurship, anything to do with that wide sphere of topics, and I'd love to answer it live. Lastly, guys, questions coming in. But lastly, guys, if you want to jump on as a guest expert and help me answer these questions, so you could be a thing about planning, tax, anything that would make the audience happy and provide value, then please let me know. We can jump on together. You can jump on from your side and we will answer these questions. Great way to promote your business, provide value to the audience. And I see a question coming in, so I'm going to jump on and do one final one. So Robert asks, how do I find out if my house is acceptable by the local council for Airbnb? So there's so many local authorities across the UK. They all do different things. If I take Scotland's 32 local authorities, if I'm right, England has a lot more. So contact your local authority. There will be planning guidelines. If it's in Scotland, it is all clearly set out what they require because you need a license. But contact your local authority in your specific area, Robert. Go into all the little forums and your groups for service accommodation. There will be people there that have already done it. So the local Airbnb support groups and landlord groups in your area. What you want is in line with the local authority planning stuff. So you don't want to be going against the grain and fighting against the council. Now, in Scotland, that's all set up. You need to apply. You need to get a license. But in England, this will be coming in the future. So it's very simple in Scotland. Well, it's complicated, but we know what we need to apply for the license. In England and Wales, that's slightly different, but your local authority should have some guidelines on this. Robert, if we say Airbnbs, if we say service accommodation, they may not have a lot of experience in that. If it's a classic holiday home area, then they will, because they've went through this a lot. But some of the areas, the planning and the housing team and the people that you contact probably know a lot less than you and I. So you need to use the terms that they use. So it could be furnished holiday let, service accommodation, short-term rentals, Airbnb, self-catering in some areas. So there will be some guidance. Reach out to the local authority and reach out to the people in your network as well who have been there and done it. But everyone is different and things change as well. But you can get a feel for what local authorities are want to do this. I'll give a nice example of this to finish up, Robert. Edinburgh do not want this. I think the refusal rate at the last panel meeting was 99.7% or 97.9%, but it's still 97+% rejection. They don't want it. And Glasgow aren't keen on giving out licenses in Scotland either because there's a housing emergency. They've declared a housing emergency. They don't want short-term rentals under any circumstances, apart from the Commonwealth Games where they might give you a temporary license because they need it. But then apart from that, you're back to Glasgow City Council not being very keen about this. I'm going to be speaking at the Glasgow Property Investor Network tomorrow night. I'm going to be speaking about future-proofing your property business, your service accommodation business. And one of the slides there, hopefully nobody's watching because I'm giving away some of the content that's going to be there. North Lanarkshire. Yes, well, Robert, I can introduce you to Tommy. So Tommy, North Lanarkshire is not too bad, actually. So there's certain rules there. I can introduce you to Tommy, the property manager. If you reach out after this and just WhatsApp me, or not WhatsApp me, messaging me your email address, I'll introduce you to Tommy. We've got lots of short-term lets in North and South Lanarkshire, but they guys are pretty good. So if it's there, that's a good one. What was I saying? Go where you're treated best is what we're saying. So go where you're treated best is one of the topics I'm going to be speaking about tomorrow night. And if you're in North Lanarkshire, so that's not too bad. But if Glasgow City and Edinburgh City detest short-term rentals, that's a hard business model. That's a hard place to do business. If you go to places like North Lanarkshire, South Lanarkshire, and over in Inverclyde for some areas, Inverclyde, I'll put Tommy's email address in. Tommy at pillowpartners.co.uk. While I'm talking, let me just make sure it is Tommy, and he's not got a thing. Tommy.w. So Tommy.w at pillowpartners.co.uk. I'll put it in the chat. Hopefully you can see it wherever that is. I don't know if I can comment on my page. I've put it on the Pillow Partners page. Let me just put it everywhere. All destinations. Don't know if it comes up in my personal profile. Tommy.w at pillowpartners.co.uk, Robert. And Tommy can give you some details about that. Just so I don't mix my north and my south Lanarkshire up. So thank you, guys. Thank you for the questions. Robert, speak to Tommy, comment, message me on my messenger. My team can pick that up. So thank you very much for your questions, and I will see you again next week. Cheers, guys. Thank you.